Hello, church. My name is Stacy Orr, and I coordinate the women's events here at Heights Church. Do you remember the old tortoise and the hare story? You know, the one where there's a race between a turtle and a rabbit? Now, I do know that a turtle and a rabbit are technically the same thing as a tortoise and hare, but that's what I think about when I picture this particular fable. This fable has been used for centuries to teach people the value of perseverance and hard work. In summary, even though the hare is a faster animal in general, he loses the race because he is lazy, a bit conceited, and doesn't put in the effort. On the other hand, the tortoise, who by his very nature and his build and size is a slower animal, wins the race because of his tenacity and determination. He did not give up. He remained steadfast. The hare basically took a nap in the middle of the race because he was convinced that he would win. But the tortoise was unwavering in his efforts, moving forward at a sure and steady pace, which ultimately led to his victory. When I think of the word steadfast, this is actually the word picture that comes to mind. Now, I know that this probably will not be a PowerPoint presentation on a Sunday morning by Pastor Craig, but it's what reminds me of the steadfast nature. This concept that God is asking us to run our races, our respective races, in a manner that is committed, devoted, dependable, reliable, and unwavering. He's asking us to be steadfast. What I love about God is that when he asks us to do something, he gives us directions, or in some circumstances, a how-to guide for how to do that. And in the circumstance of steadfastness, if that's actually a word, he has given us the book of Colossians. This week, we've been exploring how God speaks to the faithful. In the first chapter in the book of Colossians, God is speaking to his people to help them understand the concept of faithfulness and steadfastness. He talks about prayer and wisdom and understanding. And then starting in verse 9, he starts talking about living a holy life. Colossians 1:9-10 says this: "So we have not stopped praying for you since we first heard about you. We ask God to give you complete knowledge of his will and to give you spiritual wisdom and understanding. Then the way you live will always honor and please the Lord. And your lives will produce every type of good fruit. All the while you will grow as you learn to get to know God better and better." I don't know about you, but every time I think about the word holy, sometimes I think to myself, I am not holy. I get a little worried because I certainly don't consider myself holy. But then God gently reminds me that the word holy is simply means to be set apart and dedicated to him. The holy life is one that produces every type of good fruit. Now, in this case, I'm not talking about apples, oranges, or bananas. I'm sure you've already figured that out. But I'm talking about the fruits of the Spirit that we find in Galatians 5:22 and 23. Love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. We honor and please God when we develop these characteristics in our lives. And these characteristics are proof that we are following after Jesus and leading a holy life. When I think back about these traits, love, peace, patience, joy, and the like, I recognize right away that it is important to remain steadfast in order to hold on to any one of them in my life. You see, I can have joy and peace for a moment or two. I can even be patient for a little bit of time under some circumstances. But in order for my life to be filled consistently with these fruits, I must remain steadfast. Like the tortoise, I must consistently move forward in a manner that is committed, devoted, dependable, reliable, and unwavering. You know, we don't know what motivated the tortoise to continue to move forward. He just did. But we do know that in our lives, when we faithfully pursue Jesus, following him consistently and moving forward where he leads, that we will become steadfast. and that we will be able to live that holy life that is set apart for Him. So as we move forward this week, church, let's pray for one another, asking God to give us the spiritual wisdom and understanding that we need in order to remain steadfast and live a holy life. I cannot wait to see how this fruit is manifested in your life. Remain steadfast, church. See you next time.